if that is how you connect with urban communities, with Black folk, then I feel so sorry for our community, because we are sad. We're in a sad state of affairs.
I think what we see now is the real Jasmine, and what she presented to whatever years ago, that was the act, so that she can get elected and be appealing to the people of Texas. I think what we're seeing now, this is her. This is who she is. This is how ghetto and niggerish she is.
Here's a clip of Jasmine Crockett. I mean, she doesn't know who she is. She 1 minute she's prim and proper, and the next she's Miss Ghetto Girl.
Absolutely. First of all, it's good to see you in the new year. No one could have told me that when I went down to Austin, now it looks like a little bit over a year ago, that I would be running for Congress. It's just not what my plan was. But what I've always decided is that I would step up.
Baby, because these people, they are crazy, because they always talk about how Christian they is. Yeah, I don't know how many of them on that side are getting divorced because they getting caught up sleeping with their co-workers, staffers, interns, all the things. Yeah, you ain't got to believe me. Just go Google. You'll find some of it. I'm telling you, and the wives is being messy and petty. They putting it in the divorce. I'm like, ooh, that's got to be true, because your lawyer would know that they going to lose it if they...
Oh my gosh. She looks like a thawed bag of ground beef. I mean, she looks terrible. And
she needs a better bra.
Worse. Oh God. Kamala Harris, Jasmine Crockett, Wes Zessmore. This is the Democrat Party. They're fake, they're phony, they're liars. The first video you saw of Jasmine Crockett, where she's speaking clearly, was like a year or two ago, before she got all this fanfare. She's speaking like an educated woman, as she's supposed to be. Now it's ghetto girl, where, and she's without a bra and the wig's twisted and all this type. Well, her wigs have always been twisted, but this is it's ridiculous. But Black folks seem to be eating it up. Shelly, what are your thoughts?
Yeah. I'm going to repeat. She needs a better damn bra. She needs a better half bra. Let me tell you something. Go to Nordstrom's and get measured for one. I'm sure you can afford it. Okay, that's number one. Number two, I'll take a slightly different approach or different angle. I think what we see now is the real Jasmine, and what she presented to whatever years ago, that was the act, so that she can get elected and be appealing to the people of Texas. I think what we're seeing now, this is her. This is who she is. This is how ghetto and niggerish she is. She doesn't care. Your bra, your boobs, when you're sitting with a half bra, should not be sitting down in your lap. They should not be. You need a better bra, or you might not be able to go without one.
Logic, what are your thoughts on this? I mean...
Oh man, I don't know how to follow up the bra comment, man. But I always recommend a book to everyone: Color, Communism, and Common Sense by Manning Johnson. She is following the playbook to the T. Her, Wes Moore, Brandon Scott, Brandon Johnson, all of them are following the playbook to the T. Now, for a second, I thought she was attempting to be Tiffany Haddish, but she was, I guess, trying to put on some type of act or whatever to appeal to the audience, and that's kind of how they're fake, because especially if you read Color, Communism, Common Sense, it talks about how the phrase mongers, the ones that kind of repeat it or say these kind of salacious things, they come out with these like little phrases that are easy to digest and repeatable, and they just kind of feed them to the masses. And there was an interesting point, though, too, that we discussed on Just the Guys, especially when it comes to slavery. We actually listened to the voice of a slave and what they had to say as a result. It was one of Jefferson Davis's slaves, and what this gentleman said is, like, after they were free, the compound or the community that they lived on kind of died away, and the reason was because they had no leadership. And when you think about this in question, is like, why do you as a free individual need a community leader per se, right? Families and fathers and stable homes. That's what really leads and drives a community. But and maybe this is one of those kind of legacy of slavery type things, is that the Black community, because that's who she's intentionally trying to cater to, is looking for some form of leadership constantly. And she's out there, she's saying the things that Black people like to hear. She's saying it in a tone that, quote unquote, Black people can digest and understand. So she's trying to prop herself up as a leader in the Black community. So, I challenge that we don't need leaders like that per se. We need people that are, one, family oriented, faith oriented, and believe in freedom. And also, we need to bring back shame on people like Jasmine Crockett, because it is a shame people like her, quote unquote, in leadership are what's destroying our communities.
Absolutely. And let me just say this, there's a relaxed tone that you can have, a relaxed vernacular that you can have with your family, with your friends. And then there's the professional vernacular that you have. Now, this woman, whether she's talking to a Black crowd or a white crowd, she is a representative in the House, the Congress. Okay. And she is representing her district. She should not be up there talking this way. So, and it's not about being Black. You have Black congressmen, Black leaders, Black people that don't do that. Alveda King, Ben Carson, Byron Donalds, even Candace Owens, Colin Powell, Condoleezza Rice, right? Larry Elder, Mia Love, God rest her soul. Tim Scott, Wesley Hunt.
We just all Republicans.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess you can only talk about Republicans. There are some Democrats. What's the bald-headed one?
No, I'm just saying the point you made is that you'll find most of them on the Republican side.
Yeah, exactly. But this is what I'm talking about. I understand there's a relaxed tone. You the way you talk around your family and your friends, and you may not be all up on the the grammar and things like that. But that is not it. And if that is what you, like you said, Logic, if that is how you connect with urban communities, with Black folk, then I feel so sorry for our community, because we are sad. We are in a sad state of affairs when that bag of ground beef, when what somebody said, a cow, somebody looked like an old cow being milked.
2 hams.
Right. If that is what it takes to reach our community, we're in trouble, folks. As they said as Whoopi said on Ghost, y'all in danger. Yeah. Y'all in danger.
But do you know who's honest? Like who's I don't think he's like code switching at all. Ben Crump.
Oh,
that man just cannot talk.
No, he's not. That's just his Southern dialect. He's not code switching.
So he's gonna talk the same in front of a Black person or a white person, right, in the courthouse, in the street. Like Ben Crump is gonna say he's gonna sound retarded every time.
But that's his Southern dialect. But you're right. He doesn't. But that's the point. He doesn't have to code switch. He is who he is, right? We know he sounds like he does. But Jasmine and others do that, and they primarily do it. Even Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, even if you want to call the white politicians, come into the urban areas, the predominantly Black areas, and they start having Southern drawls and they want to sing the Kumbaya and the old spirituals. They do that all the time. And for the life of me, why do many Black people fall for it?
Yeah, they love it. That's what it is. Long as you dance for them, you bring food. You dance, you do some type of hip hop dance, some type of R&B jig, and you bring the food. They fall right into your lap, and you talk like you talk like some dumb person, And poor Benjamin Crump, like you mentioned, he's not playing around. That is him all day, every day. It's almost like reading a Paul Laurence Dunbar poem.
Right, and
it's really bad.
And we know from experience, I've been told, I know you all have been told growing up, why do you talk like you're white? That's the same trope that we've been hearing when you have a black person who knows how to speak and you say you know how to speak in front of a public audience or your constituents versus the relaxed kind of shooting the breeze. But these are the kind of things that black people, this is almost ingrained, unfortunately, into our culture. We tend to say or to see, what do you call it? They call it crabs in the barrel, but that's not what I'm saying. We don't see the elevating to as a sign of progress. We see it as you trying to be white. Everything is associated with being white. Why can't we just speak well? Why can't we learn how to read and use words correctly with the correct endings and say, why does it have to be white?
Yeah. It's terrible. And then they wonder why people call us monkeys and apes. I hate to say it, but that right there, Jasmine Crockett, the way that she is putting on, she looks like somebody who has no education. She sounds like someone who has no education, who should be in a zoo somewhere. That is what that is. I hate to say it, but it is.
Well, I will say this though, like, I mean, I grew up in the South, and my like a lot of people in my family, because I made straight A's all through high school. Graduated at the top of the class. And I was told by my family, you're making us look bad. You're setting the bar too high. These were comments, from people within my family. So there kind of is this expectation that you're supposed to be dumb or you're supposed to not know. And that's relatable because it kind of like justifies or it gives a permanent excuse for whatever it may be. Well, I didn't know. I don't know what it is in the black community. I think we do need to raise the standards. Yeah, and
we need to. And I'm tired of accepting it. I'm tired of it. We should demand excellence from our community. Period. And that right there, what we just saw of Jasmine Crockett is not excellence. We talk about all this DEI hire and all of this type of stuff. Come on, folks. We deserve better than that. We deserve better. Now, it'd be one thing if, I don't agree with her policies and her solutions for the issues that plague our communities. I do not agree with that at all. But she does not have to act that way. And we as black people should demand more from our elected officials. She should not be able to talk to go in front of a crowd of black people and talk and act that way. And that should be okay. It makes us look stupid. And I've heard people from the South, it's one thing if that's the way you speak, like Benjamin Crump. I mean, I don't actually think he's, I don't like him at all either. But that's how he does. I know people from the South that have a vernacular and still don't speak as the way she does. You can clearly tell she's putting on, and it's embarrassing. It is embarrassing.